Okay, hello YouTube. Today it is June 25th. Outside is 28 degrees Celsius, and last night it was 24. I'm still using a blanket when I'm sleeping because very nice and cool in here. ICF constructed house. I'm really proud of my ICF house. I can feel the concrete now. It's cool. It's like it's a cool, and the house is cool. You don't feel the heat, but outside it's very hot. The reason why is two main reasons. One, my roof is white, white roof, right? I have a white metal roof, so that is reflecting all the lights, and also because of ICF construction. It's concrete sandwich inside, and it's really keeps. So I'm gonna find out that I may not need an AC system, even though I have the heat pump outside. The heat pump is gonna work to heat my hot water and heat my house in the winter a little bit, and mostly I'm gonna use solar collector to heat the house. So you notice it's a white roof. Another change that happened this weekend is my friend came over and installed this staircase for me. He knows it's not up to code. This is temporary solution because my family was having hard time. So his name is Samson. Was having hard time walking up this steep hill. So he used all the scrap wood to construct this. Obviously it doesn't meet code. It's temporary. I mean, touching concrete right there and touching concrete right there. I have to have concrete bases for this to meet code, and a lot of these railings have to be replaced. So I mean, still temporary, but I don't plan on putting steps in long time until the house is ready for an occupancy permit. So it doesn't matter for now. And another change, I'm going to show you what we have been doing. We have been discussing and talking about how to waterproof these windows, and I have some ideas how I'm going to waterproof these windows, and once we waterproof it, I have some materials that I purchased. For example, instead of using a foam, styrofoam, I think this is rigid one is a good one. And do not rely and do not expect that spray foams are a waterproof material, because what happens, you notice here, spray foams degrade because of sunlight, and once it's cut, it's like a sponge, takes all the water in. So what we learned is that seam there, when it degrades, it lets water in between where is my finger, in between that seam, and when the water comes down between the concrete and the ICF, it lands on that piece of metal and then comes inside and drips. So this window is notorious for leaking, as well as that one. So these are little details, right? All this along we have to redo the foam and then tape it with really good adhesive tape before spraying it. Otherwise, water will easily seep through and then land in the house. So I want to make sure this house is extremely waterproof and finished from outside this summer before I put any drywall in the interior. So I don't plan to put drywalls in the interior until all the windows are waterproof. I've been watching some YouTube videos on one of them I noticed is called Presco R Vanguard system. I'm going to be using that for waterproof. I also bought some adhesive from local hardware store that everybody suggests is really popular, and I will be taking that apart, taping it and spraying it. Taping it with adhesive, make sure all that is waterproof. The same with that one. And the really bad one is this one here. Last minute spray we did last year, and that has to be redone. Okay, before all that happens, we need to build scaffolding. That's another thing, right? But for now, we're doing a few temporary things inside. One of the things that we're doing, Samsung is installing. I start running some wires. I have some plans of my own, scrap plans, and this is strictly wiring the house is my own plan, and I have really nice design for it too. So, this is for me to understand. You can see I'm watching some YouTube videos as well to get some ideas, but this is for me to understand. So a lot of thinking goes with that. So I will do the wiring, and what Samsung is doing right now is reinforcing the walls. I'll show you how I started some wiring. I already found out that I have to redo this. So this is what I found out a good practice. 30-inch from the ground, run all those horizontal cables, and then 16-inch for the outlet. Guess where I found that out? From YouTube. So you notice here we have to reinforce these walls. Samsung is doing that with the scrap wood. So these are all scrap wood, and this reinforcement is to make sure the wall is rigid to hold drywall. This wall, I'm not going to be putting drywall on this wall. On this side of the wall, it's going to be drywall. On the other side, it's going to be covered completely with this side completely is going to be covered from bottom to the top with wardrobe, right? And I had to make some changes over here too. So that's for me. And this wire, I wired it myself. My friend helped me out, but I wired it. It's my own design. I'm gonna have to cut this and rewire, add one more circuit over there, and I just sit down and design my circuits properly. Home Depot sold me this red cable because they ran out of yellow cable, but it's the same gauge. All right, so we did some cleanup. Samsung cleaned all this up and rearranged everything. And I'm waiting for these are all tools, but I'm waiting for ordering everything I need in the next couple of weeks, and we will start constructions. This is from last year. I still have to redo some of the things. I still have to complete this. So in about 2 months, I'm hoping we're gonna move upstairs, because what has to happen is we have to have kitchen set up, wire the house, drywall, and that door has to be installed sometime in September, October time frame. And then some heating system. I have water fan coils have to be added, so this winter hopefully it doesn't heat up. And once that is done, I am ready and good to go to move up. My whole family is. A lot of my time is consumed from ordering materials a lot. Installing it is waiting for material, and ordering material takes a lot of time than installing it. Okay, YouTube, I appreciate it. Keep up all the good works, and I'll say I'll see you next time. Thank you.